My beloved child, listen very carefully. This message is not arriving by chance, and it is not arriving late. Archangel Michael is stepping forward right now because time has shifted. What you are about to hear is sensitive, urgent, and deeply personal. A very good news is already moving toward you. And the next 5 hours aren't like any other hours. They have marks on them. What are they? They have guards. And the regret will be worse than you think if you ignore this moment. This is what Archangel Michael says. A lot of people will hear this, but only a few will really understand it. Those few were the ones who stuck around when others scrolled, made fun of, or delayed. Something that has been held back for a long time is now being let go of, and there's not much time to release it. This is why your spirit felt a strong urge to open this message right away. Listen to this slowly. The good news isn't a fluke. It has to do with a choice you almost gave up on. This has something to do with a prayer you said in private between resistance, confusion, and delay. Archangel Michael has been standing in the shadows. The last wall is now breaking down. But here's a warning. You shouldn't shirk. If you don't pay attention to this message and say, "I'll be back later," or if you let doubt keep you from paying attention, you will feel bad about missing a divine moment. Archangel Michael doesn't make threats. He talks about the results. This hour is important, and ignoring it will lead to deep sadness when you realize that help knocked and you didn't answer the door. Dear ones, the next 5 hours will bring a change in the information we have. At first, a call, a message, an insight, or a chance will come up quietly. It might not look very exciting. It could come in the form of a small thing. What seems small will open up something big, says Archangel Michael. This is why being smart is so important right now. You have been requesting comfort, understanding, and confirmation. Heaven heard you sooner than you think, but you had to be very clear about when you wanted to say it. Opponents of your progress have been arguing against your breakthrough by telling you, you are not ready, you are not worthy, or you are not consistent. Archangel, with one statement, Michael, shut those voices down. This child has been through enough. Now pay attention. There is a link between the good news and restoration. You are getting something that was taken, delayed, or denied looked at again. This could be about money, your reputation, your relationships, or a path you thought was closed for good. The door was never locked, says Archangel Michael. You couldn't go through it until you were strong enough not to break. Don't forget how emotional the next 5 hours will be. You might feel calm, rushed, or compelled to act quickly all of a sudden. That's not worry. That is lining up. Heaven moves faster than our minds can handle most of the time. Fear will try to change the moment if you wait too long. Archangel Michael is also telling you not to get sidetracked during these hours. Stay away from fights, negative conversations, and scrolling for no reason. This message got to you for a reason. In the spiritual realm, your attention now has value. What you get is based on where you put it. Pay close attention to this truth. You won't have to look for the good news. It will only show up once. If you see it, your life changes. If you ignore it, you will think back on this moment and wish you had paid attention when your spirit told you to. You are not behind, beloved child. You are very close to the edge. Angels are already setting things up, softening hearts and opening channels, says Archangel Michael. But you need to stay aware, grounded, and open during these hours. Don't say bad things about yourself. Try not to think the worst right now. Your words matter. Even if you're not sure, speak with expectation. Heaven cares more about posture than perfection. This message is just the start. What's going to happen next has important details you can't miss. Because how you react to the good news will depend on how well you understand them. A lot of people fail not because they don't get lucky, but because they miss the chance to see them. Follow me. The next thing Archangel Michael tells you will completely change how you see these 5 hours. Right now, at this edge, before we go any further, I need you to ground yourself in this moment. This is where a lot of people lose the blessing. Not because they weren't chosen, but because they don't say anything when heaven asks them to. Now, I want you to type one word from the bottom of your heart in the comments. Amen. This isn't a ritual. It's a statement that your spirit is awake, that you're ready to receive what is being released, and that you won't let anything distract you from what destiny has planned for you. It's not just a comment. When you type that word, you're telling heaven to do something for you. Do it right now before time runs out. Pick one. Take a deep breath in and let your heart settle. Because what Archangel Michael is telling us now is more than just exciting. It goes into getting ready. The good news is coming in the next 5 hours. Not because heaven sped up, but because everything is finally in place for you. For a long time, you asked for results without realizing how important they would be. Your spirit has grown up now, which is why this window has opened. Archangel Michael tells you that you need to change something important about the way you think right now. Don't count on getting the good news the same way other people did. Comparison has caused you delay in the past, and it will do so again. What you are getting is made just for you. It fits your path, your wounds, and your strength. When you look left or right, you might miss what's in front of you. Your name has been the subject of a quiet fight. You might not have been aware of it, but it showed up as sudden tiredness, doubt for no reason, or times when you wondered if you were worth anything. Those weren't just feelings. According to Archangel Michael, before this hour, they were resistance trying to slow you down. The resistance failed because you are still listening. Now, pay close attention. You will be put to the test emotionally over the next 5 hours before the good news fully comes true. This test is not easy. It could show up as irritability, impatience, or the desire to give up just before the breakthrough. A lot of people fall here. They give up hope minutes before confirmation comes. Archangel Michael wants you to keep your posture. Do not rush. Don't get scared. Do not go after signs too hard. What is supposed to happen to you is already moving precisely toward you. It's not your job to force, but to stay open, stay in touch. Don't be afraid to answer a message, call, check something again, or tell the truth if you feel like it. When you obey in small ways, big things happen. Archangel Michael also wants you to know that there are duties that come with this good news. It's not just happiness. Repositioning is taking place. There's a change coming to your role. Now is the time when the choices you make will have a bigger effect on other people than they did before. This is why the preparations feel so hard. Heaven doesn't rise without being careful. If you feel emotional stress during these hours, don't think it means you failed. Pressure usually comes before release. Not even comfort can make a diamond. Archangel Michael wants you to remember that everything you went through was not punishment and it was training. The results are now starting to show up. Watch out for the time. The good news might not come in the way you had hoped, but when it does, you will feel a profound sense of confirmation. In your chest, you'll feel very calm and sure. That's how you'll know it's real. It won't come with fear. It won't be dominated by confusion. Peace will come first. Even if there are things to work out later, you should also watch what you say. Don't say bad things about the situation, other people, or yourself. What people say now echoes longer than usual. Tell the truth in this window. Even silence can be strong. Archangel Michael says that holding back will protect what is being let go of. Let me make this clear. This message is not fun to read. It is a suggestion. Don't keep it to yourself if it hits you. Others are on the verge of the same breakthrough, but they might not know it until they hear confirmation. So, please take a moment to like this message, share it with someone who needs hope, and leave a comment saying that you are ready to receive what God has planned for you. You're not just supporting a channel when you do that. You're also setting off agreement. Now is the time to subscribe if you haven't already. Not because it's what they always do, but because it's not how they should be. These messages were not uploaded by chance. They come out at certain times. Keeping in touch keeps you in place. In the spiritual realm, engaging also shows that you are ready. Overseeing this change is Archangel Michael. You are not going into the unknown by yourself. You are being led somewhere. What felt like a delay is now moving more quickly. Don't let past disappointment stop you from seeing miracles in the present. Remember to stay alert, grounded, and ready. What's about to happen will show why the timing had to be so exact. And once you know that, everything that happened in the past will make sense. Dear soul, your heart is beating a little faster as you listen. Archangel Michael is now pulling back the curtain to explain why this good news could only arrive now and not an hour ago. Timing is more than just being ready. It's to keep you safe. What is being given to you needed to be protected until the opposition lost the right to mess with it. Your prayers were heard for a long time. But they were intentionally delayed. According to Archangel Michael, not denied, just delayed. While you were waiting, some people, energies, and even places were quietly taken out of your way. Some connections stopped working for no clear reason. Some doors shut on their own. It hurt and made no sense at the time. You are now starting to understand that those moves were kind. If the good news had come while those people were still close, it might have been tampered with, stolen, or used in the wrong way. That's why heaven held on. You are being improved, not turned down. Archangel Michael wants you to understand something very important right now. The good news that is coming your way isn't just going to fix a problem. It's about getting power back. You are taking back the pride and confidence that life tried to take away from you. This isn't just happiness on the surface. This is called internal alignment. When it comes, you might feel sad or even overwhelmed. This isn't because you're weak, but because deep down you know the truth. Don't be shocked if your feelings change quickly. Tears may come without being sad. You might feel calmer before you fully understand why. This is what your spirit is saying before your mind can catch up. Archangel Michael says this is proof that it's real. Noise is caused by false breakthroughs. The real ones make peace. Now pay close attention. There is a choice that comes with the good news. It won't make you do it, but it will invite you to. You will be able to choose whether to move forward in faith or back to what you know. It may feel safer to stick to what you know, but it will slowly kill what has been brought back to life. Being brave will make you feel bad, but it will make your life better. Archangel Michael tells you not to make decisions based on your fear of failing, but on your desire to trust and grow. Someone who saw this has been upset that it took them so long to get here. Let go of your guilt right now. You didn't show up late. You were well enough when you got there. Heaven doesn't rush broken things to find their purpose. Even the side trips were planned out with care. More than that, there will be confirmation soon. Something you read, hear, or remember in the next 5 hours will fit this message perfectly. It'll feel too exact to be a coincidence. If that happens, just quietly acknowledge it. You don't have to tell everyone about it. Often, silence is used to protect holy things at first. Archangel Michael wants you to know that you are not going through this change by yourself. Angels are sent to help you keep your emotions in check and improve your judgment. Take a break if something doesn't feel right. Don't be afraid to go with your gut if something feels right. Right now, reason is your shield. Wait a minute. Because what's next will connect everything you've been through with what you're about to get. And if you don't see that link, you might not realize how important this breakthrough really is. Please receive this prophetic activation before we go any further. If this message feels right to you, type "I received the good news" in the comments. The blessing code 555 has just been sent to you. Now, as this blessing starts to work, hear this word of support that comes straight from the message you just got. This message isn't just for you. It's a light meant to reach people who are waiting for their last hours. You put oil into a lamp that keeps burning for souls who are just one message away from hope. When you give, the Lord says, "What you give to my work, I will give back to you, pressed down and overflowing." I feel led to tell you that your support helps other people get from hopelessness to clarity. The good news did not come by itself. Please know that every seed you plant in this mission will grow into a torch that shines in someone else's darkness. Giving to this work through the link in the description or the pinned comment, whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of our Ko-fi community, does not go to a channel. Your actions are supporting a divine mission to save lost souls. Heaven moves through willing voices, but it grows through hearts that are kind. This is what I say over you now. Each gift you give is like a stream of living water that flows into the life of someone who needs healing. Give and it will be given to you is not just a verse for Jesus. It is a living promise that shapes your future. Allow me to invite you now with a simple act of faith. Come into this moment with purpose, with honesty, and with hope. The money you give today is not a donation. The act of spiritual obedience that lets your heavens open is what opens them. Let go of your seed and see what God brings back into your life. To get a better sense of this moment, Archangel Michael wants you to tune out the noise around you and listen to what's going on below the surface. The good news that's coming your way is more than just an event. It is a change in who you are. To see yourself for a long time. You only thought about how to stay alive. You learned how to keep going even when things didn't go as planned and how to deal with disappointment. However, endurance is no longer the task. Moving on is the call. Archangel Michael says that a lot of people stay stuck not because good things don't happen but because they hold on to the version of themselves that was made for hard times during storms that should have killed you. It kept you alive. Now though holding on to that identity will stop what is trying to grow. The good news comes with an invitation to let go of old ways of coping and take a trusting stance. This is why some of you feel weirdly uneasy even as hope grows. Painful comfort zones feel safer than peace that you aren't used to. Archangel Michael wants you to be aware of this stress without letting it take over your life. Pain doesn't always mean there is danger. It can also just mean growth. Also, this is a revelation about timing that you need to know. Some people may feel like they made more progress, reached more goals, or reached important milestones before you. You didn't see the costs they paid that were not obvious. Your path was slower because it was safe. According to Archangel Michael, some shortcuts would have been bad for your spirit. Some speeds would have put weight on you that you were never meant to carry. Now that you've arrived whole. As these hours go on, good news will start to change how you think about the past. Years that seemed like they were wasted at first will start to show themselves as times of getting ready. The skills you learned because you had to will all of a sudden become useful. People will look to you for wisdom because of the emotional intelligence you gained through pain. There was no loss. It was put away. Archangel Michael is also talking straight to fear. People are afraid that something bad will happen after things finally get better. No one was born with this fear. It was learned. When you were let down many times, your nervous system learned to stay alert. But this pattern is ending. You can receive without getting ready for impact. No longer do we need to hold on to hope. Pay close attention to how you act in the next few hours. If you hear good news and at first can't believe it, take a moment to breathe and let it sink in. It takes practice to learn how to receive after being in survival mode for a long time. It's okay to take a moment to get used to things, says Archangel Michael. Grace takes care of the learning curve. There is also a call to be honest. The blessing that is coming is good, but how you handle it is important. It's not yours to make up, use as a weapon, or make a point with. Being sure of itself will keep it safe. Let time speak for itself. Being humble keeps doors open. So heaven likes it when people are humble. Someone here has been wondering if they are really getting help from the unseen or if they are just making signs up. This part is for you. Archangel Michael confirms that you have been led in a more direct way than you think. Interventions included close calls, sudden changes of direction, and delays that were not expected. You avoided things that could have happened that you never saw coming. Now is the time to be grateful for that help with a simple but powerful action. You are activating the flow of God's favor over your life. When you click the like button right now, not just responding to a video. These days, the like button is a blessing. Heaven knows that you are aware of divine intervention, that you are thankful for protection you didn't see, and that you are getting ready for more. Consider clicking that thumb as opening a channel for God's goodness to come into your life more easily with each click. As clarity grows, gratitude will naturally grow. There may also be changes in how people talk to you. Some people will celebrate while others may stay away. Do not let either response bother you. Alignment changes how things move. Not everyone is meant to be with you as you start the next chapter. Let go without being angry. As this goes on, don't change your normal habits. Take a break, eat, drink, and connect with nature. Even in spiritual moments, you need to take care of your body. Balance is emphasized by Archangel Michael. Too much spirituality can make you tired. Just like ignoring the present can make you feel bad about it. Now, a deeper truth is coming to light. The good news is not the end goal. It leads to the door. Beyond it are responsibilities, power, and a purpose that go beyond your own comfort. You are being set up to be a stabilizing force for other people. This is why you refined quite well. If you start to doubt again, remember this. You don't have to work hard to get what is meant for you. It needs agreement. Say yes to yourself. The agreement opens up channels that effort can't. Even if the details are still not clear. At this time, Archangel Michael is steady, calm, and accurate. There is no chaos going on. Everything is being planned. Believe in the beat. Listen to the pauses. Believe in the timing. Do not leave this message. The next revelation will tell you what your spirit will tell you to do in real life. And knowing those steps will keep you from getting confused or hesitant before you need to act. Beautiful soul, Archangel Michael now wants you to focus on moving from the inside out because every divine change needs a response from people at some point. The good news you're getting close to is not just an idea. In other words, it means action, choice, and direction. For many, this is where they start to doubt. They don't have faith because they don't want to make a mistake. You are not being asked to create the path. You are being asked to recognize it. Archangel Michael says, this fear is understandable, but it is no longer necessary. What is unfolding has already been accounted for. A calm thought that keeps coming back. A clearer picture of something you had put off. A soft but steady feeling that it's time to move in a certain direction. This isn't stress. This is direction. Archangel Michael says that divine guidance is more often than not quieter than fear. Fear screams. Guidance gets stronger. Stop. If you find yourself overthinking, playing out scenarios, or picturing the worst that could happen, that noise is not a message. You will feel grounded when you get instruction, even if it pushes you. Figure out the difference between anxiety and urgency. If one pushes, the other will line up. Now is the time to understand something important about pace. You shouldn't be too slow or too fast. It may look like wisdom to delay obedience, but fear hiding behind a thoughtful front is often what it really is. Archangel Michael wants you to move at a speed that values clarity over doubt. One step taken in the right direction is stronger than 10 steps taken in the wrong direction. You might also find resistance in places you didn't expect it. Someone might question your choice. Things might seem a little inconvenient. It may look like the timing is off. This doesn't mean you've gone off track. Resistance frequently seems to test your commitment rather than halting your advancement. Don't think that some friction means you should back off. Almost always growth makes things less comfortable before it makes things more stable. Archangel Michael is also telling you that you don't need everyone's okay to move forward. Looking for approval can cloud your judgment. You already have the confirmation you need from inside the company. Opinions from outside sources can help improve details, but they shouldn't decide the direction. Trust what you've been told over and over again. Here, another truth is being shown. Being a good steward is linked to the good news. You need to be intentional about how you use the things you get now, whether they are opportunities, resources, relationships, or power. How you handle the first part sets the tone for the rest. Small choices are more important than big actions. Being faithful in small things protects bigger results. If you want to say everything right away, take a moment. In the beginning, it's smart to keep things private. While you shouldn't shut yourself off emotionally, Archangel Michael says, some blessings need time to take root before they are exposed to outside energy. Protect what is new. Not everyone needs access to your process. Pick 1 or 2 people you trust who will respect your boundaries and tell you the truth. Community does not mean crowd. Help doesn't mean being exposed. Having balance will help you stay rooted. Along with the good news, there is also a healing part going on. As moving forward starts, feelings from the past that haven't been dealt with may come up for a short time. You might remember old hurts, disappointments, or memories you thought were over with. This is not going backwards. This is freedom. They are coming to the surface because they can't hold on any longer. Don't judge them as they go by. You are not going into this season unprepared. The Archangel Michael assures you. The skills you learned without realizing it are now turning into tools. You learn patience by having to wait. Disappointment made people more careful. Being alone makes you stronger. There was no accident. Everything helped shape me. Pay close attention to peace as you move forward. Peace doesn't mean that there are no problems. It means that there is confidence. There will be peace underneath. Even when tasks feel strange, if there is no more peace, stop and think again. Peace is always at the heart of alignment. Another thing you are being told is not to romanticize the future at the expense of the present. Happiness isn't just about results. In obedience, growth, and being present, you can find it. Enjoy your progress without putting too much pressure on yourself to get there right away. Consistency, not intensity, is what leads to change. This message from Archangel Michael is firm. How you're moving is right. What you're hearing is correct. The answer you give is real time. Though doubt may still whisper, it no longer rules. As action takes the place of thought, confidence will grow. Pay close attention. The next insight will talk about how to keep building on what has been done so that this good news doesn't just become a temporary high. The next thing you learn will help you stay steady as your speed goes up. To you, beloved, Archangel Michael now talks very clearly about stability because what is happening in your life is not meant to be a short rise followed by chaos. It's meant to set you up firmly. It can be too much to handle breakthroughs without a solid foundation. And good news doesn't just fall from heaven without thinking. For this season, you need strength that is calm, rooted, and long-lasting, not excitement that wears off quickly. Because the good news is getting stronger. You may notice that things move faster around you. More conversations happen. More often, decisions show up. Some responsibilities may grow. Opportunities might come up more often than they used to. According to Archangel Michael, this speeding up is not meant to stress you out, but it will show you if you are grounded. If you are not grounded, momentum can feel chaotic. But if you are grounded, momentum can be useful. Your inner balance is one of the first things you are being asked to protect. When relief after a long wait finally comes, feelings can go from one extreme to the other. Some people wait for something bad to happen before they act. Some people get too sure of themselves and think nothing bad can happen. You are pulled out of alignment by both of them. It's stable in the middle. Being thankful without worrying. Confidence without being proud. Hope without being impatient. Walking with this balance is a sign of spiritual maturity. Archangel Michael also makes you aware of the patterns in your daily life. Now more than ever, how you start and end the day is important. You do not need intense rituals or a lot of them all the time. Following the rules will keep you safe. Take care of your food. Get enough rest. Don't lose water. Your spirit flows through your body. So, take care of it. Spiritual discernment may be distorted when physical needs are ignored. This is both wise and a warning at the same time. Not every door that opens should be gone through right away. There are doors that open to test your wisdom, not your obedience. Archangel Michael tells us to think before we commit. We should ask ourselves if an opportunity fits with what we're building or if it's just a way to satisfy old needs for approval, validation, or escape. Discernment stays active even after blessings come. Another challenge you may face in this phase is the urge to explain ourselves. Question may come up when people start to notice your progress. Some will be interested. There will be doubters. Some may even be in danger. You don't have to explain your growth. Too much explanation wastes time and energy and leads to unneeded opinions. Do not be afraid to be consistent. It's possible to be wise in silence. Your self-talk is also something Archangel Michael is talking about. When things start to go well, pay attention to the thoughts that come up. When you think thoughts like "this won't last," or "I don't deserve this," know that your mind was in survival mode at the time. You used to need them to stay awake during tough times, but now you don't. Replace them slowly with the truth. You're not lucky. You are in sync. You're not waiting for things to fall apart. You are making things more stable. We need to understand something important about energy stewardship right now. You are not meant to carry everything and you don't have the emotional resources to do so. Think carefully about where you put your time, attention, and emotional work. It's not rejection to say no. It keeps you safe. You will weaken the foundation you are trying to build if you take on too much. People may start to depend on you more as the season goes on. Some will look for help. Some people will want you to be there. Some people will want to use your time. There is more influence than ever and it needs to be managed wisely. Help other people without taking on their problems. Self-neglect is not necessary for compassion. You can be kind without becoming overwhelmed, says Archangel Michael. During this time, faith should be steady, not shaky. Don't wait for tough times to get back in touch with your spiritual side. Being aware, being thankful every day, and trusting will get you further than emotional highs. Open channels stay open with consistency. When faith is practiced calmly, it becomes unbreakable. This is also a time to improve your relationships. You might be drawn to people who value growth and slightly farther away from places that thrive on chaos, gossip, or staying the same. This isn't being cocky. This is how you align. You're not leaving anyone behind. You're just reacting to where your spirit can breathe. Feel free to like this video if this message helps you stay grounded and clear during this time of change. Feel free to send it to someone who needs support during their breakthrough. Also, write in the comments that you've chosen balance over fear. Engaging with this message helps it reach people who are in the same place you were before. Now is the time to subscribe if you haven't already. That way you can stay in touch with guidance that changes with the seasons. This channel is there to help you not only through anticipation but also through growth and sustainability. Archangel Michael also tells you to enjoy your progress without putting too much pressure on yourself to get there right away. Consistency, not intensity, is what leads to change over time. Small steps of faithfulness add up. Don't forget about small wins. They show that things are becoming more stable. In the next few days, keep an eye out for small confirmations. There are times of peace where there was anxiety, clarity where there was once a lot of confusion. These are signs that the alignment is getting stronger. Take note of them. Being thankful makes things stronger. Keep this in mind because what I'm about to say will explain how outside circumstances start to change so that inner stability is restored. If you understand this shift, you'll be able to read changes correctly and not mistake them for loss or delay. Trust me, this next thought will help you see things more clearly. Archangel Michael now wants you to pay attention to something subtle but very important. How things start to change in the outside world once things are balanced inside. A lot of people get this phase wrong because they think that change means loss, confusion, or instability. But what's going on now isn't collapse. Changes are being made. Heaven is making changes to fit the person you have become, not the person you used to be. As your inner stability grows, things outside of you can no longer stay the same. There are structures that were built around your old fears, limitations, and survival mindset. The new version of you can't be supported by those structures. You may notice changes in your work, routines, conversations, or priorities. According to Archangel Michael, this is why some things may start to feel out of place. What once felt normal may now feel heavy. What once felt exciting may now feel draining. Things may change slowly at first. A loss of interest, getting more uncomfortable, an uncomfortable feeling that something doesn't fit, even though it was very important in the past. When this happens, don't freak out. Often, discomfort is a sign that alignment is getting better. Resistance will try to make you believe that what you know is safe. But when your purpose grows, what you know can become a cage. Archangel Michael wants you to know that letting go doesn't always have to be a big deal. It can be soft at times. Sometimes it's just choosing not to participate as much as you used to. To make distance, you don't need conflict. You don't need to give reasons for growth. A calm separation is often the best way to make a change. There may also be times when you feel like no one gets you. People who knew you in the past might find it hard to connect with your new clarity, boundaries, or confidence. If you get this wrong, it can make you feel lonely. But Archangel Michael tells you that this will only last for a short time. As new alignments are made, space will be filled. What goes away makes room for what fits. Be careful not to follow what is going away. What is trying to come through gets delayed when we hold on to things that don't make sense anymore. Have faith that what you need for the next chapter will come to you on its own. There is no loss of connection. You are making it better. There is a truth that will make everything you have today even better. What you don't share is still a seed. What you give away grows into a harvest. As you feel your spirit getting better right now, I want you to send this message to someone in your network. Not just anyone, but someone that the Holy Spirit thinks of, a friend who is ready, a member of the family who is down, someone they work with who needs to know that their breakthrough is closer than they think. When you share this prophetic word, you start an anointing that not only blesses them but also blesses you more than once. It says in the Bible that if you give, it will be given to you over and over again without ending. Here another truth is being shown. Changes inside most of the time happen before changes outside. You might feel changed on the inside before the outside fully shows it. If you want confirmation right away, this gap can be annoying. Please wait, says Archangel Michael. Alignment always comes before manifestation. What is changing on the inside is paving the way for what will soon show up on the outside. Keep an eye on how your answers change. Things that used to make you anxious might now seem manageable. Talks that used to drain you may now end quickly. It may feel like decisions that used to take days are now clear. There are signs that your inner compass is getting back on track. Have faith in these changes. They are proof, not guesswork. You should also be aware of this. Do not see every ending as a failure. Some endings bring things to a close. They show that someone has fully learned a lesson. It's normal to be sad when something ends, but don't romanticize something that was made for a different time. Respect the past, but don't live there. Archangel Michael also talks about when to get together with someone. There may be new connections that come to light, but they might not immediately show how important they are. Some people come into your life to connect you to other people. Enjoy them without giving them too much permanent meaning too soon. You still have discernment on your side. You might also feel like your intuition is getting stronger during this phase. You'll know something is wrong before it's clear to everyone else. You will be drawn to some ideas or paths even though they don't make sense. This is not being impulsive. Okay. This is alignment talking. Still, be wise and trust your gut. Don't do anything right away, but don't ignore the signal either. Another important thought is this. Others don't always notice changes in the outside world right away. At first, you might not be able to see some of the most important changes: your trust, the ability to control your emotions, and clear boundaries. These might not get you praise, but they change your life more deeply than success that you can see. Archangel Michael wants you to keep your options open. Rigidity doesn't like being reorganized. Be willing to make changes. Do not expect delays if plans change. Changing the route can sometimes make the trip shorter. It can protect you from things you can't see. It's not a weakness to be flexible. It's smartness. You might also feel nostalgic at times during this time. Memories can come back out of the blue. Old dreams may come back for a short time. This is not going backwards. It's called integration. People are taking into account your past and putting it in the right context. You're not going back to it. It makes sense to you. As this reorganization goes on, have faith that you are being put in the right place. Trust the hand that is putting things together. Even if you can't see the whole picture, chaos is not conducive to the work of Archangel Michael. What makes you feel uncertain is just new to you and not dangerous. Stay in the present. Keep an eye out. Do not quickly decide whether a change is good or bad. Allow patterns to show themselves. Discernment grows by observing, not by making assumptions. What's coming next will make it clear how to react when these changes happen faster in the outside world. If you know how that response works, you won't have to deal with emotional responses or miss important transitions. The next thing you learn will help you move forward with wisdom instead of resistance. Dear one, Archangel Michael now speaks with weight and kindness because this stage needs both spiritual and emotional intelligence. As changes in the outside world speed up, how you react becomes the deciding factor. Not the change itself, but how you think about it and act in the world that it creates. People miss what heaven is doing a lot of the time because they only react in spite of what's going on around you. This message is meant to keep you on track. This is the truth that you must not change. Life quickly gets back in order when alignment gets stronger. Things that moved slowly may now move quickly. Decisions that have been put off for months may be made all of a sudden. Things that looked like they were stable could suddenly change. Archangel Michael tells you that this doesn't mean your life is now unstable. What it means is precision has. Your first thought might be to take charge. This makes sense, especially if your past was full of doubt. But being clear is not the same as being in control. Clarity is the only thing that keeps things steady. When something changes without warning, don't say whether it's good or bad right away. Find out what it's making room for. Find out what it's keeping you safe from. Peace depends on your point of view. You are also being taught how to hold back. Not all feelings need to be shown right away. You don't have to say every reaction. Internal changes that are never made public are some of the most powerful responses. Archangel Michael wants you to remember that being quiet can be a smart move. It lets the truth come out without any problems. There may be times when people don't understand the choices you make. Some people might question where you're going. Some people may project their fears onto the choices you make. This is where being emotionally mature is important. Do not take on something that is not yours. You can go ahead without pulling everyone else along with you. Right now, another important lesson is being taught. Change often means being seen. As you gain clarity, you can see dynamics that were previously hidden. Intentions are made clear. There are motives. If you thought everyone would be happy about your progress, this can be upsetting. But revelation keeps us safe. Clear thinking now will keep you from being more disappointed later. Boundaries are also stressed by Archangel Michael during this phase. There are no walls at the edges. They work as filters. They decide what can use your time, energy, and spirit. Without limits, growth gets too hard to handle. When you set limits, growth is more stable. You don't have to say what your limits are. Follow them consistently and quietly. You may feel moments of emotional vulnerability as old attachments loosen. You are not weak because of this. It means you're a person. Feel what you want, but don't let your feelings tell you what to do. Feelings are not orders. They are signals. Accept them and then go back to clarity. This is also a good place to remember to be patient with yourself. You are getting used to a different kind of life. Making mistakes won't get you kicked out. Putting things off doesn't stop progress. Learning curves are part of growth. Grace takes care of adjustments. Now, Archangel Michael says something very important. Peace is not the same thing as boredom. When there is no longer any chaos, quiet can feel strange because being calm can feel empty at first. Your mind may be looking for stimulation. Hold off on that urge. That's not what peace means. It's presence without stress. Allow yourself to get used to being stable. As you think about this message, remember that how you react to things now will affect how things are in the future. When you respond calmly, calm things happen. Responses that are smart lead to results that last. Reactions based on fear cause more problems than they need to be. This is where a lot of people lose their footing. Not because they don't have faith, but because they don't declare their intention. Now that you understand, I want you to go to the comments and type a second amen. This time, make it deeper than the first one. Let it be the amen of someone who knows what they're supposed to do, who isn't reacting, but responding, who has chosen wisdom over fear. This second amen is your promise that you won't be affected by changes in the world around you. You will stay steady even as things change. Type it now. Let heaven hear what you say. Make an informed choice. Please take a moment to like this message if it speaks to you. Tell someone going through change about it. And in the comments say that you are choosing wisdom over reaction. Your participation helps people who need this message right now. Keep it in mind. Stay connected if you don't already subscribe. These messages are meant to help you at every stage, not just the breakthrough. Take this prophetic activation right now. In the comments, type I move with wisdom. If this message makes you feel better, the blessing code 888 is now over your choices, your feelings, and your future. This clear moment isn't just for you. This message is meant to reach people who are stuck and waiting for direction. When you give to this work, you are planting seeds in a river that brings light to people who feel like they are surrounded by uncertainty. The Lord says, "What you put in my hands, I will make even greater than you thought possible." I have to say this. Giving out of obedience turns into a prophetic response instead of a donation. As this awakening grows inside you, know that helping with this mission is not a joke. It is a sign from God. You can support this work through the link in the description or the pinned comment. Whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of our Ko-fi community. By doing so, you become part of Jesus' plan to save souls who are still stuck in fog. Every seed turns into light that fights against darkness. If you water others, you will be watered yourself. Jesus says, this is not history. It is a living promise about your future. Come into this moment with faith and a plan. What God has already planned for your life can be unlocked through your giving. Part 5. Dear soul, Archangel Michael now speaks with a steady, clear voice. Because this phase is not about excitement but about endurance. You are not stepping into a moment that will end. This is a season that needs to last. Many people know how to take good news, but not many know how to live well after they hear it. This is where wisdom sets long-term change apart from short-term relief. You might notice that life starts to feel more normal again as momentum keeps going. It gets less intense to be excited. The emotional charge goes down. At this point, some people get scared because they think the blessing is no longer working. This is an error. According to Archangel Michael, being calm is not a loss. That's right. Calm is confirmation. Things that don't change don't need to be constantly announced. This is a deep lesson about being consistent. It's strong to feel breakthrough energy, but it's quiet to feel foundation energy. The ground is held down by the foundations, not shaken. It's time to learn how to walk without adrenaline, trust without always being reassured, and move forward without needing signs every step of the way. This is growing up. Archangel Michael also wants you to know that you may face new problems, but they will be different from the ones you've already faced. They won't put your identity at risk like old problems did. They will make it easier to grow, not get by. If you're having trouble right now, don't see them as setbacks. They ask you to put what you've learned into practice. You're not beginning over. You're getting taller. You might sometimes want to take a look back and see how far you've really come. Thoughts are good, but becoming stuck in them are not. Don't just look at results to see how far you've come. Check it by how you feel inside, how you answer, how you get better, how you choose. Indicators of change like these are real. In this phase, Archangel Michael brings attention to taking care of yourself. Training is not the same as punishment. It was a vow. It picks out what fits even when no one is looking. It means sticking to rules when they aren't necessary out of fear. When distractions offer easy ways out, it means having faith in clarity. Discipline keeps things together that emotions can't. It's also possible that your focus is getting better. There will be less chaos in your mind. You won't have as many things to choose from. This narrowing is done on purpose. When you have a clear goal, distractions become less appealing. Do not fight against this simplification. This makes room for depth. You might notice that the way you pray has changed. They stop being so desperate and start being more careful. It's not so much about help but about direction. This change is important. It shows that trust has taken the place of need. Archangel Michael says, heaven hears prayers that are based on trust. Another truth needs to be gently said here. Some of the people who praised your breakthrough might not understand how determined you are to keep it going. They might want you to loosen up on rules or go back to old habits. Here, quiet strength is important. You don't have to explain your way of life. People who value growth will make changes. Those who fight it show that they are not aligned. Do not forget how important routine is during this season. What you do over and over again will change what you keep. Now, small, steady choices are more powerful than big flashy moves. Stay faithful in the everyday. Strange things are built there. To stay faithful in the everyday, you need to stay in touch with the voices that give your spirit life. Now is the time to subscribe if you haven't already. Subscribing isn't just a click. It's an act of alignment. It tells God, I am setting myself up to receive ongoing guidance. This is not a quick stop for me. You are activating God's prophetic promise over your life. When you hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell, He will make sure you don't miss what He has to say because you have set yourself up to hear it again and again. Archangel Michael also tells you not to worry about speed. There's no race. You are not being put next to anyone else. You're not behind. You don't have to prove anything right away. It's not true that speed means success. What stability does. Move at a speed that keeps you in the present, healthy, and clear. If you have doubts, don't make them into big problems. Doubt doesn't mean you failed. It means you're a person. When people doubt you, tell them the truth, not something scary. Remind yourself of the things that have changed already. Evidence shuts up questions that aren't necessary. There is also a warning here. Stay away from peace that looks like complacency. Don't let peace make you forget things. Don't leave. Pay attention. Even when things seem to be stable, growth is still going on. When comfort starts, stewardship doesn't end. Archangel Michael says that being thankful is a stabilizing force. Thankfulness grounds you in the real world. It stops a sense of entitlement from setting in. It makes you remember that you prayed for what you have now. When you're thankful, maintenance becomes worship. As you listen, keep this in mind. It's a very important idea. When people don't take care of their blessings, they lose them. You are being shown how to take care of what you have been given. This information is safety. Hold on for a moment before you drift off. The next realization will show you how everything you are building now is linked to a bigger goal than just yourself. You will take this season more seriously after seeing that link. Archangel Michael stands tall and sure of himself. It's good to see you. You are beginning to learn how to stay. What comes next will take your understanding from being stable for yourself to having a meaningful effect. And being aware of that will change how you see your life going forward. Dear one, Archangel Michael now expands your view beyond your own well-being to include a bigger picture. Because what you're building isn't supposed to end when you do. So far, the focus has been on making sure that what has been released into your life is aligned, grounded, and sustained. Now, we have a better understanding, even though you can't see it yet. Your consistency is having an effect. Many people think that their purpose doesn't start until they can see their influence. This is corrected by Archangel Michael in a firm but gentle way. When your life becomes an example of truth, peace, and discipline, you have found your purpose. Before anyone else notices, something changes in the background. In obedience, you send out waves that go beyond your awareness. You might not feel strong. You might not feel important. That's often the best way to tell if ego has gotten in the way of the assignment. Heaven gives power to people who don't want it. As you stay still, your presence starts to change the atmosphere, the conversations, and the results. Some people might feel better when they're around you. Things might go more smoothly when you're involved. It's not an accident. They show proof. Archangel Michael also wants you to know that words aren't always the best way to make a difference. Sometimes it's by being calm, wise, or refusing to act the way other people expect you to. Things in the world are loud, quick to react, and based on feelings. Patterns are broken when you move in a new way. That break is an influence. At times you'll wonder if your discipline is really worth it, especially when other people seem to be getting ahead by skipping steps. Do not be fooled by how things look. Things that aren't built with integrity can't hold weight. The thing you're building might look slow, but it's strong. The difference will show up in time. Right now is also a time when the choices you make are quietly teaching other people. Someone is watching how you deal with stress. The way you set limits is being watched by someone. Someone is watching to see how you bounce back from mistakes without giving up in shame. It's something they have never seen you do before. Clarity is provided by Archangel Michael. You're not in charge of saving everyone. You are in charge of staying true. Being real has a natural effect on impact. Your life speaks louder when you stop trying to persuade, impress, or save other people. Additionally, there may be times when you have the chance to lead, guide, or take on responsibility. It might feel scary to accept these invitations because they need consistency, not outbursts of passion. Don't back down. Through every quiet choice you made when no one cheered, you were ready for this. Still, be humble enough to keep learning. Growth never gets rid of the need to be able to learn. Talk to people. Use your head. Stay interested. Pride gets in the way of progress more quickly than fear ever could. Archangel Michael also wants you to be aware of burnout that comes in the form of work. You don't have to do everything just because you can. Sustainability is good for purpose. Take it easy. Rest is also a part of obedience, not a reward for being tired. As this message sticks with people, let them do more than just listen. Please take a moment to like this video if this word is making you stronger, more grounded, and better able to understand. This message can reach more people who are quietly looking for stability and direction if you do that. Send it to someone who needs to be reminded to keep going, not just inspired. In your comment, say that you are dedicated to taking care of what God has given you. What you say is important. Not only do they help you align, but they also help people who read them. Now is the time to subscribe if you haven't already. If you stay connected, you'll keep getting advice that fits your current situation, not your past situation. These messages are meant to be with you through deep times as well as exciting ones. Also, Archangel Michael talks about being able to discern and recognize things. Not all affirmations are good for you. Some praise will try to make you focus on performance instead of purpose. Pay attention. Take compliments, but don't let them define who you are. When your identity is based on applause, it becomes weak. When your identity is based on truth, it stays stable. This serves as a reminder about obedience in the face of obscurity. It's still important what you do when no one is looking. With integrity, things don't change. It stays the same. And being consistent is what makes an impact that lasts. For an effect to last, a connection must last. There is something wrong with your alignment. If you have been watching and getting but haven't yet subscribed, when you subscribe, you're not only making sure you never miss a video, you're also telling heaven, I'm committed to this journey. I'm not a guest. I live in the house of prophetic instruction. When you subscribe, you set up a spiritual tie that keeps you in touch with the frequency of God's story unfolding in your life. If you let the notification bell go off, it will wake you up to what God is saying right now. Before another message gets through, make sure you have a spot. Click on subscribe now. Press the bell. This should be the moment you went from being a casual viewer to a dedicated receiver. As you go on, you can expect times when the weight of your responsibilities feels heavier. No, this is not a punishment. It's trust. Heaven doesn't give out trustingly. As your responsibilities grow, so does your grace. You won't be asked to carry anything you can't. It's okay to be late, behind, or missing something, says Archangel Michael. You are right where opportunity and preparation meet. Don't move around. Be faithful. Stay away. Pay close attention because the next revelation will talk about how this effect will last for a long time. How the things you're building now will last longer than one season and start to shape the future in ways you might not even know about yet. After reading this, you'll think about every choice you make in a different way. Dear child, Archangel Michael now wants you to think about something that most people don't think about while they're moving. History. This is not the same thing as fame or recognition. This is a spiritual imprint. What you're building now doesn't just have to lead to results you like. It shapes the paths that other people will take long after certain times in your life are over. This realization is meant to wake you up, not weigh you down. Legacy starts out quietly. When shortcuts are available, it fills in the values you pick. It changes how you react when it would be easy to make a compromise. Every time you pick truth over ease, patience over impulsivity, and clarity over emotional release, it gets stronger. Legacy is not built in dramatic moments, but in repeated obedience that no one applauds, says Archangel Michael. This may make you wonder why it's important now. This is important because when you realize that your choices affect more than just your comfort, they become more thoughtful. You start to question things in new ways. Not just does this help me now, but does this align with who I am becoming? This change in how we ask questions makes everything better. Archangel Michael wants you to know that leaving a legacy doesn't mean being perfect. It needs sincerity. You are going to still mess up. You will still learn from being told off. The only difference now is that you are learning ahead of time instead of going backwards. You are no longer trapped by mistakes. They teach you. That's progress. It's also possible to feel free when you understand this. Some of you have felt like you need to do something big to make your journey worth it. Let go of that pressure. You can't use a scale to measure faithfulness. Living an honest life has weight, no matter how visible it is. A hit isn't always loud. Often, it's very personal and changes people in a quiet way. You may feel a stronger pull toward meaning over validation as this season goes on. Things that used to thrill you might not seem as interesting now. Please don't judge me. This is discernment making taste better. Your spirit is starting to crave real things. Respect that. Do not try to fit into things you are no longer comfortable with just to feel like you belong. Archangel Michael also talks about showing others how to do something. People are learning from the way you live, even if you are not aware of it. Not based on what you say in public, but on what you always do. How you deal with stress, how you deal with people who can't help you, how you get over being let down. These times speak louder than words. There may also be times when you really feel the weight of your responsibility. This doesn't mean that happiness is going away. It means people are becoming more aware. Being responsible does not take away your freedom. It tells it what to do without a plan. Freedom turns into chaos. Freedom with a goal turns into happiness. Another truth needs to be told here in a gentle way. Legacy sometimes requires letting go of how you want it to be seen. You may have pictured a different story, a faster pace, or a different recognition for your life. Let go of the image, but hold on to the essence, says Archangel Michael. What really matters about you is being kept safe. Keep things the same over time, even if the packaging looks different than you thought it would. One good choice seems like a small thing. Repeatedly making good choices shapes fate. This is why patience is important in heaven. Flash goes out. Being faithful stays. During this phase, you may also feel alone at times. Not being alone, but being quiet on purpose. As focus gets clearer, noise that isn't needed fades away. Being alone gives you time to think and gain wisdom. Do not fill it out quickly. Some of the best direction can be found when things are still. Archangel Michael tells you that you don't need to feel heavy with this awareness. Joy still fits in this place. Laughter is still welcome here. Rest should still be here. When you align your goals, you build a legacy, not when you strain. Being aligned means that your life always leaves something good behind. There is also comfort for people who think they have wasted too much time. Pay attention to this. Redemption speeds up time. Even when something seems delayed, it can still have a big effect. You're not beginning with nothing. You are starting from a place of wisdom, experience, and humility. These are strong base elements. As you get used to this part, know that you are almost done with a long cycle inside of you. What began as anticipation has grown into knowledge. From a sense of urgency, it has grown into a sense of purpose. You're not just waiting for good news anymore. In line with it, you are living your life. This development is being seen by Archangel Michael, not to push you, but to keep what's happening safe. Not only are you being protected from outside interference, but also from internal sabotage. The fact that you are aware has become your shield. Stay in the present. Don't move around. Everything will make sense after the last revelation, which will seal this message with clarity, blessing, and direction. What's about to happen will help you move forward with confidence, knowing that this season isn't temporary, random, or easily broken. It has been proven. Dear one, Archangel Michael now speaks in a final and sealed way. Because what we've learned on this journey isn't supposed to stay unfinished. This is the end of something. A consecration, not an ending. Everything you've heard up to this point has been getting your mind ready, your emotions stable, and your spirit in sync so that you can take the next step without doubt, fear, or confusion. This season is not weak. It has been proven. Archangel, you need to understand something very well. Michael, the good news that started this message was never just a one-time event, result, or change. It was about repositioning you into a life where survival, reaction, or waiting are no longer the main priorities for you. This is the start of living with purpose. Everything changes when you live with purpose. You're not moving around without seeing. It's no longer a guess. No longer are you looking for confirmation every time you turn around. There is discernment in your bag right now. Being wise doesn't shout either. It leads in a quiet, firm, and steady way. That's why you might feel less stressed than you thought. It's not empty to be calm. Calm means that things are becoming clear. There will still be times when you don't know what to do, but they won't control you. Fear will no longer take away your identity or peace. You now possess an internal compass that has been adjusted through patience, improvement, discipline, and obedience. Archangel Michael says, this compass will not fail you if you continue to listen inwardly before reacting outwardly. Trust is also a big part of his last seal. Not trust without proof, but trust that you've earned. Trust is earned by doing things. You know what can happen when you hurry. The price you paid for ignoring your inner warnings has been felt. You know the difference between going with your gut and being told what to do. These wise words are now a part of you. You don't need to learn it again. There is also a release going on here. Stop feeling like you have to explain yourself all the time. Freedom from guilt over delays in the past without fear of repeating old patterns. Let go. These cycles have been broken not by force, but by knowing how to do it. You're not the same person you were before those cycles started. This is true, says Archangel Michael. Being consistent will be important this season, but it will pay off with peace. You will have to be responsible for it, but it will make you happy. It will require smarts, but it will boost your confidence. This is not a very bad season. The time of year is stable. You might have noticed that your wants have changed. It feels better, cleaner, and more in line with what you want now. This is not giving up on your goals. Refining your purpose is what this is. You don't want everything anymore. You want things that fit well and last a long time. Also, words of protection are being said over your head. You won't be able to control your thoughts as much as you used to. You will still analyze, but it will help you understand better, not worry. You will be able to recognize doubt faster and let it go faster when it comes back. Being aware of things has become your strength. Your emotions are also protected by Archangel Michael. You will have strong emotions, but they won't be able to control you. Feelings will guide you, not tell you what to do. You can be sure that your relationships, decisions, and peace will be safe with this balance. Now, pay close attention to this. The next thing you do will seem normal to you, but it will have a big effect on you. Do not forget about the quiet times. The strongest foundations are often built during quiet seasons. Not everything important makes noise to be heard. Archangel Michael is watching over what has been set off as this message comes to a close. There is nothing here that is meant to be taken from you. What is lined up will stay in place. What isn't needed will keep falling away on its own. To keep this alignment, you don't have to fight. We've reached the last obstacle. This is where the message turns into more than just words. It turns into a real thing you live. But one more thing needs to be done before we end. Write this statement in the comments. My steps are in sync. Because it is true, not because it is a wish or a hope. You are telling heaven, the enemy, and your own soul that you are no longer drifting and that you are walking with purpose, clarity, and a clear mind. Putting those words on paper means ending old cycles and beginning everything that has been planned for you. Do it right now. This is the last seal you should put on the whole message. Now, the blessing code 1212 is over your path, your choices and your future. The way you feel is not just for your life. It's meant to reach hearts that are still looking for answers. By giving, you plant seeds in holy ground where God's word can continue to grow without stopping. Those who sow into my work will never lack direction or provision, says the Lord. I'm talking to you right now. You are about to enter your divine future. Remember that this message does not end with you. People can use your breakthrough to get where they need to go through the link in the description or the pinned comment. Whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of our Ko-fi community, you can help this mission. By doing so, you are sowing into the awakening, deliverance, and restoration of souls who are still trapped in darkness. This is not poetry. When Jesus says, "Give, and heaven will open over you," every seed you plant turns into oil for your destiny, fire for your calling, and safety for your family. Now is your time, my child. Have faith. And as you do, watch God multiply what you let go of. One last thing I need you to do before you leave. This message was never just for you. Someone in your life, maybe someone in your contacts or on your friends list, or maybe someone you haven't talked to in years, needs to hear what you heard today. There is a breakthrough right in front of them, but they don't know it. They only need one message to find hope. Just one share more to go. This word is sealed over your life right now. Now I want you to let it go into theirs. Press the share button. Send it. Put it up. Let this blessing come to them through you. As you share this prophetic word, you are not only helping a friend, you are also starting a process that will multiply what you do. When you make a breakthrough for someone else, it will come back to you right when you need it the most. Do it right now. Forget about it. Delay is unnecessary. Send this message to other people and be a part of their miracle. And as you do that, take this last blessing. The God who sent this message is with you. The angels who gave you this word are still with you. And the breakthrough that was made today will show up in ways that you can't see yet. Have a nice trip. Take power. Align yourself. It's done. Before we get to the end of this powerful story, let's take a moment to reflect on this deep truth. You did not find this message by accident. This is not a stroke of luck. It is a direct message from Archangel Michael to you. He's extending his hand and inviting you into a protected high vibrational community where divine abundance is not just a hope but a promise. This sacred principle is very simple, but it can change your whole life. If you follow it, you won't just receive blessings. They will be multiplied and flow into every part of your life. By accepting this invitation right now, you are unlocking immediate early access to powerful content and divine insights that are hidden from the general world. Now is your chance to enter a sacred space where you will receive spiritual guidance, unwavering support, and speedy progress toward your destiny. Do not let this sacred moment of destiny pass you by. Your breakthrough is waiting. Join Archangel Michael's inner circle immediately through the exclusive link in the description. This is how you guarantee you never miss the direct personalized messages that are specifically meant to elevate and empower your life. If you desire to deepen your connection, the link is waiting for you in both the pinned comment and the description. And for those who feel called to amplify this work, a link to purchase the guided ebook is available, which is completely optional. But your presence, attention, and energy already mean the world. Take the step. Your abundance awaits.